All right, let's jump right in. We're going to tackle a really powerful idea today. What if getting control of your money isn't about being some Wall Street genius? What if it's just about having a disciplined, rock-solid plan? We're going to walk through a blueprint that's designed to change how you see everything, to take you from just being a spender to being the architect of your own financial future. And it all starts with one fundamental question.
So let's just let that sink in for a second. Most of us think, if I just made more money, all my problems would disappear. But the thing is, without a system, more money often just creates a bigger mess. The real problem for so many of us isn't the number on our paycheck, it's the fact that we have no framework, no plan for the money we already have.
And Benjamin Franklin, he just nailed it centuries ago. This quote perfectly captures the real enemy we're up against. You know, it's not the rent or the car payment that usually gets us, it's the small stuff. The daily coffees, the streaming services we forgot we have, all those little untracked expenses. They are the small leaks that are silently sinking our financial ship. And this brings us right to the heart of the problem, financial chaos. Think about it. When all your money just sits in one big, messy pile in your bank account, no single dollar has a mission. It's just there. And that lack of direction? That's a recipe for reckless spending. The anxiety we feel about money, it doesn't come from a small salary. It comes from having no system to manage what we've got.
So, this is where we need to flip a switch in our brains. You have to stop seeing yourself as a victim of your finances or just a passive consumer. No, you are the architect. Just that one idea, it changes everything. It puts the power and, frankly, the responsibility right back where it belongs, in your hands. You get to build the financial life you want.
Okay, so if you're the architect, what do you need? You need a blueprint. This is the foundation. This is the system that brings order to the chaos. It's a simple but really powerful method that forces every single dollar you earn to have a specific job. That way, you're not just guessing, you're balancing what you need right now with what you want for your future.
And the blueprint is built on 4 parts. These are non-negotiable. First up, obligations. This is your survival money. Rent, utilities, debt payments, the stuff that keeps the lights on. Second, savings. This is for planned, short-term goals. Third, luxuries. Yep, the fun stuff. It's important, but it has to have a limit. And fourth, investment. This is the money you send out into the world to work for you, to build real long-term wealth.
Now hold on, because this next part is absolutely critical. Savings and investment are not the same thing. Not even close. Savings is money you're putting away for goals you plan to spend on soon. We're talking less than a year. Think a vacation, a new laptop, or an emergency fund. Investment, on the other hand, that's about planting seeds for your future self. This is the engine for actual wealth creation, not just a holding pen for future spending.
This brings us to what might be the single most important mental shift in this entire system. It's really the difference between how amateurs handle money and how professionals do it. Pay yourself first isn't just a cute suggestion, it is the fundamental law of building wealth.
And nobody says it better than Warren Buffett. This quote is everything. See, the amateur gets their paycheck, pays all their bills, buys what they want, and then just kind of hopes there's something left over to save. The professional, they do the complete opposite. Their future gets funded first, as a non-negotiable expense. Then they live on whatever is left. It's a total reversal.
And you can see it right here, laid out in 2 simple equations. On the left, you've got the amateur's way of thinking. Income minus expenses equals savings, maybe? It's a hope, really, because expenses have this magical way of expanding to eat up all your income. But look at the right. The professional flips the whole thing on its head. Income minus savings equals what's left for expenses. This guarantees you're building your future because you treat your savings like the most important bill you have.
Look, a great blueprint is totally useless if you don't actually build anything with it, right? Financial control isn't a one-and-done decision. It's a daily practice. It's a habit of awareness. You have to know where your money is going, down to the penny. Choosing not to look, that's a choice. This is how you choose to see.
And honestly, the tool you use, it almost doesn't matter. A simple notebook, a basic spreadsheet, that's all you need. The key is that it's manual. You have to physically write it down or type it in. You have to feel each expense. The source material for this explainer specifically warns against those fancy automated apps that do it all for you because they remove the awareness. Remember this, convenience is the enemy of consciousness.
And this is your weekly reality check. It's a 10-minute meeting with yourself where you get brutally honest. First, how much damage was done? Second, you dig in. What exactly did I buy? And third, you have to ask the toughest question.
Was this really necessary? Could I have lived without it? This is what forces you to look your own habits in the eye and make adjustments.
And this all leads to a really profound idea. Willpower is not a strategy. It fails. Motivation comes and goes, but systems stick around. And that's why the ultimate habit is automation. Set up automatic transfers to your savings and investment accounts for the day after you get paid. You build a machine that saves for you, whether you're feeling motivated or not. You will always fall to the level of your systems, so build a system that guarantees you win.
So, what's the end game here? What are we building all this for? We're building a fortress. A financial structure so strong, so secure, that it can handle whatever storms life decides to throw at you. This isn't about getting rich quick. This is about becoming unbreakable. And the very first brick you lay, the foundation of this whole fortress, is your emergency fund. This is non-negotiable. Before you invest a single dime anywhere else, you need to have 3 to 6 months of your essential living expenses sitting in a savings account. This is your survival fund. This is the cash that buys you peace of mind and keeps you out of debt when, not if, a crisis hits. And finally, you have to have a clear mission. A vague idea like, I want to save more money, is totally useless. It's a wish, not a goal. A real goal is specific. It's measurable. It has a deadline. I will save $5,000 for a down payment by December 31st. See the difference? That kind of precision gives your brain a clear command to execute.
So there you have it, the blueprint for taking control of your money. It's a system built on discipline, on awareness, and on clear, powerful goals. The knowledge is all here and the tools are simple. The only question left is the one right there on your screen. Thanks for joining us.